Hi everybody, this is Mr. Bruns. It's July 14th, and today Mr. Mitchell and I are working on the school news, and we came up with the rules and expectations for the class, and I thought I would just walk through that with you. First of all, the goal of school news is to deliver the newscast to the student body every single day. One of the main things that we'll be doing is just going over with two anchor people. They'll be delivering the school announcements, that kind of come across the stroller bar in the cafeteria. We'll be reading those, but also you'll be doing stories on different sporting events and music events and art, among other things as well, that you'll be providing, eventually be putting up online and in the broadcast as well. Obviously, professionalism is the key thing. Just going over rules and expectations. You want to make sure that you're very professional, that if you're the anchor during the week, that you look nice. Again, not saying that you have to dress in a suit and tie, but you have a nice shirt on. You're groomed well, and just look nice. Obviously, also when you're being videotaped, you have to make sure that you obviously don't say anything inappropriate or do any inappropriate type of gestures or symbols or anything like that. Obviously swearing and all that stuff needs to be nipped as well. Now we do have a zero tolerance policy, which means that if you are caught doing that during the taping or broadcast, that you would be kicked out of class. So it is a very serious offense. We want to prevent that from happening, because it would be an embarrassment for the school, but also eventually the community, because everyone in the whole town and the whole country, actually, world for that matter, will have the ability to view this. So we want to make sure that it's in top quality and appropriate for everyone that will be watching it. Also, you have to be on task during class time. During that class, that 45-minute class time that we have, you have to make sure that you're on task. Generally, you'll be given one story to do per week. If you happen to get done with your story early, you start on your next story for the next week. You can also help other people, among other things that will be that you'll have to do, just regularly throughout the class day. Obviously, treat computers and video equipment with utmost respect. You want to treat it like it's your own, because they're very expensive, and we don't have to replace them, and you don't have to pay for it if you do break it. Attendance policy: we will follow the school policy. Obviously, it is very important that you're here, especially the days the weeks that you are the anchor. If you are gone and you're scheduled to be anchor, you want to make sure you call the alternate so they know, so they can get here a little early and prepare for that. But if you are gone and have a story due, you are responsible for getting the story up, since a lot of the stuff can be done online outside of school, as long as you have internet access and a computer. But it is important to be in class, to help everyone else out. You will be required to work on stories outside of school, definitely. Obviously, with interviews and basketball and football and music events, it's going to have to take time outside of class. And so those are basically the rules and expectations that we have. Obviously, being the first semester offered, there will be things that I'm sure change as we go throughout. Grading scale. Every day you'll be given 10 points for behavior, just being on task, being good in class, making sure that you are working on your story or helping someone else out on their story. Obviously, every week you'll also be given one story that will be due, and that story will be worth 50 points. Obviously, we're actually, Mr. Mitchell and I, are working on the rubric right now, and obviously professionalism, quality of the story, grammatical and spelling will play a big part in that. Good stories, appropriate stories, among other things that we'll go over on the first day of school via the rubric. Okay, next up we want to talk about the class setup, how things will be set up basically in the class. 2 people per week will be the anchors with one alternate. Okay, during the weeks that you are anchoring, you will not be required to do a story, so you'll be off on the story, but obviously being the anchors, you kind of need to go around and be familiar with all the stories, since you'll be the people giving those stories to the community and the student body. As far as the stories go, you will be working with a partner, and you have one new story per week. And how we're going to set it up, it will be staggered. A couple people may have a story due on Monday, a couple more on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So there'll be a new story go up every single day, which is important for the news blog that we'll be maintaining as well. Okay. There's also a reality show that we're going to be doing. It's called The Newsroom. It's kind of a playoff on The Office. We'll talk more about that on the first day of school. It should be kind of fun and allow some creativity as well within this class. During the class time, obviously, we work on your stories. You can help edit other people's stories, help other people out. You can work on the teleprompter, what people read off when they're the anchors. You can work on your news story for the next week. You can respond to people's questions